comfort can afford. Driving alone to face temptation so. Where could I go but to the Lord? Where could I go? Where could I go?
I think we really need a youth center. I'm also the director of the youth choir, and we have 21 students from ages 4 to 16, and every Wednesday we're always looking for a place. We have nowhere to go. There's lots for sports. There's hardly anything for computers, music, if you're musically inclined, or just to get together and interact with your peers.
Yes, I agree we need a youth center, and 24 hours would be great because we need to keep the young people occupied, I think, at all times, know where they are, and have traditional teachings for them as well.
Maybe they should consider a 24-hour youth center because so many kids go to these programs that are offered. Once they're finished, then they go out and look for a party.
I'd like to be a doctor.
Are you sure? Do you know what you want to... Are you sure? Give her the mic. Let her hold it.
There you go.
Okay. No. Okay. She's like, I want to get out of this.
I'm gonna miss Santa.
Okay, we're good. I'm Veda White, age 12, and I think we should have a youth center.
Why do you think so?
More games, fun. Enjoyment. Not being bored all the time.
Hi, I'm Mike. Age 11. Yeah, you should have a youth summer center, and it should be fun and lots of games.
Alright, thank you. Your name? Want to talk? Want to talk?
Yes, I would like a youth center. Of course I would.
Okay, what's your name?
My name is Eric Anderson.
Will you say that, Kara?
I think we need a youth center.
Why do you think that?
I don't know.
Make up a reason.
Do you think it will benefit your future?
Yeah,
It will benefit my future.
it'll benefit my future.
I think we should have a youth center because like there's too many kids wandering around like around the trail here at like 11 o'clock at night, and if they need something to do, that it would be good to have something like that around here. If what? Oh yeah, and there should be parental involvement too, because there shouldn't just be like kids running around when they're like 6 years old. So yeah.
And your name?
I'm Jagajit today.
How old are you?
I'm 16.
I absolutely know we have to have a youth center. We've been working on it for years and years. We are the Canoe Club, and we believe that because kids are exercising, they're athletic, they're out there, they're building their self-esteem, they are building all the tools they need to get along in this world is done through sport, recreation, cooperation. We're doing the Canoe Club so that kids are able to build their mind, body, and spirit. And if we're not working on that, what are we working on? Not sending people to bingo halls. That's not what we need in our community today. Thank you. Please, let's get a community center for all the kids, for every sport, for every interest. Let's do it for the kids and for the future. 7 generations. Thank you.
Look, if there's kids wandering around, that is a big problem here. I can tell you that right now. The big problem is we drive around, we're patrolling around at 11, 12 at night, and there's kids wandering around. And we just don't have the resources to stop every kid and say, where do you live? Who do you belong to? Let's get you home. Like if we see really young kids, we will, but sometimes we see kids who are maybe 9, 10 years old that obviously shouldn't be out at 11 o'clock midnight, and sometimes later.
Do you think they would use a youth center if they had one? Like, would
I think
go
they
there
would
instead?
because a lot of times they're just wandering around. When we do stop them, we ask them, what are you doing? Oh, nothing, wandering around.
There's nothing to do in this
Yeah, there's nothing to do.
Absolutely nothing to do here.
Yeah.
So we're here and at Erlin's here, and there was about a week ago, there's just young kids and nothing else to do, so they smashed the windows out of vehicles in the back. And there's nothing else to do.
It's a problem all over the place. I know
There's
at
nothing to do up here.
Iroquois Lodge, they're always having that problem about vandalism. I hate to just peg it all just on young kids, but you know, in my experience and what I've seen is there's no one else wandering around except young kids. So somebody has to be doing this. You know, I don't think there's older, mature people running around smashing windows in the village. But yeah, if there was some place for them to go and give them something to do, but also parents have to be involved. We got to make sure that parents know that it's there and encourage their kids to go there instead of just saying, okay, well, they're out of my hair, they're at the youth drop-in, or they're out of my hair, they're out of the house wandering around the village. That's not enough.
Yeah, I do think we should have a youth center. I think it would be beneficial to all our kids because a lot of our adolescent youth and even younger than that really don't have anything to do here because they're isolated. We don't have a busing system. That makes it difficult for them to get to recreational activities or any kind of socializing activities. It should be, instead of someone like me saying what it should be, because I know what I would have wanted back then, but not now. And the youth have changed so much with technology, with the times, that it would be difficult for me to say, but because I have a 14-year-old daughter, I think that it would be important to have some of the recreational activities that we don't have now, like swimming pool, like tennis courts, trying to expand the options that they already have instead of duplicating what we have. So we don't really need like extra arenas or basketball courts or anything, although it would be good to have it all in one space. But I think it would be important to look at the things that we don't have now.
I think a youth center would be ace for the kids to go because my kid's he's almost a youth now, and there's really nowhere to take him, and I want him to get into sports, like winter sports, basketball leagues, and there isn't too much to do right now down here. So right now we're at all the different schools. If we had one youth center, it'd be awesome.
Where could I go but to the Lord?
Or what do you want to do in the future when you're bigger?
Be a teacher.
Fear is grand with friends who love so deep. Comfort to get from God.